People say New York is a city for dreamers. But for Daniel Cole, it was a city that demanded everything, and gave almost nothing back. Daniel wasn't born wealthy. He grew up in a small Pennsylvania town, the son of a mechanic. He carried his father's habits, grease-stained hands, careful eyes, and a quiet promise: if you love something, build it strong. At 26, Daniel moved to New York to find work. He became an ironworker, one of the men who climb steel skeletons of skyscrapers before the world sees them shine. Every morning, long before Manhattan woke up, he stood on subway platforms with other men in dusty jackets, laughing, joking, hiding the fear of the heights they worked on. He hated heights. But he needed the money. One evening, after a long shift downtown, he walked into a small diner. That's where he saw her. Maya Kingston, a waitress studying to be a nurse. She had bright brown eyes, a tired smile, and a voice that felt like home. Daniel kept coming back. First for the coffee. Then for Maya. They fell in love the way real people do, not fast, not Lou. But steady, warm, like a sunrise. They shared small dreams, a tiny apartment of their own. A backyard. A dog named Charlie. Daniel worked overtime. He climbed steel beams in freezing wind, summer heat, and storms. Maya worked nights at the hospital and spent mornings cooking breakfast for him. They promised each other. Someday, we'll leave this city and build our own life. Then came the day everything changed. Daniel was working on a new high-rise near the Hudson River. The wind was unusually strong. He heard metal groan beneath him. He turned, and saw a younger worker slip on a wet beam. Daniel lunged, grabbing the man's vest. The worker dangled hundreds of feet above the street. Daniel held on, muscles burning, boots slipping. The safety crew rushed. They pulled the young man up, but Daniel lost his footing. He fell only 10 feet. But onto steel. When he woke in the hospital, Maya was holding his hand. His spine was damaged. His iron-working days were over. Daniel didn't cry when they told him he'd need to relearn how to walk. He didn't cry when he sold his tools. He only cried when Maya whispered, "I still choose you. I still love you." But months later, between hospital visits, rent, and stress, Maya began to fade. She loved him deeply. But life was heavy. One rainy evening, she packed her clothes quietly. She held his face, kissed his forehead, and whispered, "I don't have the strength to keep watching you break." Then she left. Daniel lost everything. The work, the future, the woman. For months, he sat by the window, watching construction sites in the distance. He felt useless, broken. Until one day, he noticed a park beneath his building. Kids played on old swing sets, rusted, unstable. He remembered his father's words. "If you love something, build it strong." So Daniel began repairing the playground from his wheelchair, slowly, quietly. Neighbors noticed, they helped. Donate tools. Paint. Wood. Within months, the playground was new. Safe. Beautiful. Kids called him Mr. Steel. Parents brought him coffee. A local reporter told his story. People came, not to pity High, but to thank him. Daniel realized, he may never build skyscrapers again. But he could build community. And that was bigger than steel.